Well, I'm just simply making a roast dinner today, nothing very exciting. And the accompanying vegetables, I've got some carrots chopped and some potatoes ready to roast. And these, the French call them endives and the English call them chicory. And I should be roasting all of these alongside the piece of meat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the potatoes and the meat, because these take slightly longer to cook. And for your potatoes, I'm going to add some olive oil and some thyme. And this is grated lemon and lime. And I'm going to add this as well. Yes, just the zest. Sorry, I should have said that, shouldn't I? But you can see it's zest. Look, doesn't it look nice when it's lemon and lime? Right. And the actual lemon I used, the lime, was a kefir lime, which is tiny, and we shall be using that with the meat. Mix it, and now that basically can just roast for about 40-45 minutes. The meat is 600 grams of pork. Just cut a slit in it and open it out. Then what I've got over here is a little bowl of apricots, and I'm just going to poke those in. Apricots, and then a little bit of this zest, more apricots, until it's really quite bunged up with the things, nicely stuffed, and more. There you are. Now, as the meat contracts, it will squeeze some of them out, but it won't squeeze all of them out. And it just makes it much more juicy and pretty. I'm going to take my oil. Okay. And I'm going to roll it nicely. And I'm going to put more thyme on this piece of meat. Okay. Now, these little pieces here, I'm just going to lay them underneath it. Just sit them on it. All right, that's all I'm going to do, nothing exciting, really. Everywhere is very well oiled, and I just put the lid on. It's one of those very simple little dishes to use. Put them on to cook. But there's enough room in that oven for 2 more dishes. And I'm going to take some carrots, bit of garlic, the rest of the lime, and some cumin. And cumin and carrots just go together so well. I don't know why, but they are one of those mixtures that just taste wonderful. So I'm just going to mix these together. Now, I've explained that the meat and the potatoes will take about 45 minutes. But these are carrots, and these will take about 30 minutes. So we'll just leave those to the side. Now, this is my last dish with the endives. These go bitter if they are in contact with oxygen. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut them and cut them and dip them in oil very quickly. And they've all got to be rolled in oil anyway because they're going to be baked. And then the one thing that they seem to go well with is both pork, which is why we've got them today, and they go well with bacon. So I've got there 75 grams of lardons here. And I shall be putting those in as well. Just trying to find the last little bit of oil to get on them. There we are. Now, that's pretty well oiled. Now all I'm going to do is to lay these over the top and to put these sort of squashed, this is garlic, about a clove, squashed underneath. So it sits on the oil, sandwiched between the vegetable and the oil. And that's all I'm doing. And this is going to be a lovely dish. If you had your oven high and you wanted to cook them fast, cover them. But I won't be doing that. What I'm going to do is to open roast them with a little drop of water in the bottom. Now I need some pepper. That's just about a tablespoon, and that's all there is to this. And then this dish will take as long as the carrots, and that will take about half an hour. So we'll come back when that's had its 15 minutes. We'll then put these two in to cook. And then you can take them all out together. It's lovely about roast dinners, isn't it? They're so easy. Right, well, it's been 15 minutes, so now I'm adding these two, so they get their 30 minutes. Okay, it's a nice big oven, isn't it? Well, it's been an extra 30 minutes, which makes it a total cooking time of 45. So, here's the meat. There's your beautifully cooked meat. That will make a very nice sauce. And you can see it hasn't shrunk too much to push them all out. So that is a very nice cooked piece of pork. Now, I'm going to leave the lid on that for a moment. And I'm going to take out the other beautiful dishes. Here are your endives. And I don't think there's very much liquid in the bottom now. Yeah, there's about a teaspoonful. So those are perfectly cooked. Absolutely beautiful. Here are your carrots, and they will be very, very sweet and perfumed. And here is the lemon, lime and thyme roast potatoes. No one can say that's not a nice meal. The pork is juicy, it's tender, but the fruit makes something quite different because it's slightly an acid fruit. That's really nice, and it's very perfumed. Surprisingly perfumed for the small amount of lime that was used. The potatoes are crispy, they're soft and tender, but I think this is going to be my favourite part with the endives. Yeah, that's my favourite part because they're soft, they're juicy, and they're that very special flavour. They're not bitter, and they've got a slight saltiness. The bacon changes everything, and the carrot is sweet. The whole thing works so very well together, and all of it is juicy, and it changes a humble piece of pork into quite a spectacular meal.